Hey there guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII. On the last episode we made our way through the 5th arc and we got a couple of missable enemy intel, such as the Alchemist Ooze that comes from the Phosphoric Ooze when they merge together during battle to create the Alchemist Ooze. So if you didn't get that, I highly suggest to backtrack and wait for them to merge together so that you can library it if you're trying to get all enemy intel. Also, we got another missable enemy intel called the Armament. When you're fighting the little imps that cast fire at you, if you wait long enough in battle, they will use a special move called Conjure, where they summon Armament to fight beside them. He's like an improved version of the little imps, except he has more HP and damages a lot more heavier. So if you didn't get that, I would highly suggest to backtrack and get that too. Remember, when fighting the imps, you have to wait for them to use their special attack called Conjure, and then they will summon Ahriman. And as soon as they summon him, make sure you library it to get all enemy intel, because those two enemies are missable. Once you leave the 5th arc, they're going to be gone, and you won't be able to get them. Alright, so moving on, we're at the save point, and up ahead we got a pretty nasty boss battle. So I prepared you guys at the end of the last episode, but I just want to double check. Alright, so we're going to start off with the paradigms. Start off with Aggression, which is Commando, Ravager, Commando. And then Relentless Assault, which is Ravager, Ravager, Commando. And then double the Relentless Assault so that you can switch between paradigms in order to quickly recharge your ATB gauge. And then the 4th paradigm should be Assassination, which is Ravager, Saboteur, Saboteur. 5th is Tireless Charge, Commando, Medic, Commando. And finally we have the Combat Clinic, which is Medic, Medic, Sentinel. Now the reason why I'm having 2 Saboteurs for Assassination is because Vanille and Fang have different Saboteur moves. And the boss is susceptible to all kinds of different status ailments, so you'll be able to really stick it to him. Alright, and next up, let's talk about equipment. Now I changed something from the last episode, so you might want to check this out. For Lightning, we have the Gladius and the Doctor's Code, which was changed from the last episode. I had a gold bangle and I replaced it with a Doctor's Code. Now this is primarily because of the boss likes to inflict daze, and we only have one rainbow anklet, which is the resistance to daze. So our healers might end up getting dazed, and if that happens, then no one will be able to heal. That's why you're going to want Doctor's Code, so that Lightning can heal with potions in case that happens. So for Lightning we have the Gladius, Doctor's Code, and Rainbow Anklet. For Vanille we have the Healer Staff, Metal Armband, and Star Pendant. And for Fang we have the Bladed Lance, Metal Armband, and Star Pendant. Alright, with that taken care of, make sure you're stocked up on potions. And make sure you save your game. So I'm going to quickly buy a couple potions from the shop. And that should be enough. Alright, so with everything taken care of, go ahead and make your way down the tunnel. And right before you get to the end, go ahead and press L1 or left bumper and toss a Fortizol and an Agizol to give us some status enhancements prior to the battle. And then continue on for the battle.
Rains?
What?
Oh, easy, guys. It's all right. Rains is a Sanctum officer. He's been helping us out.
Why are you here? Reigns! You traitor!
I put you on the path. That was my focus.
You're a L'Cie?
Since long before we met. I did my best to assist you, as bid by the Sanctum XIII. Now do you understand? The XIII have watched over you, guiding your every step. The luck that saved you time and again was a deliberate machination. Why, you may ask? The Primarch, or should I say, Bartandalus, is crafting you into the instruments of Cocoon's demise.
We've been played for fools.
A Cocoon XIII? Why?
Why? To restore the Maker.
The Maker?
The entity responsible for creating both humans and XIII. Long ago, the Maker departed this world, leaving the two races behind. In a sense, human and XIII are brothers, orphaned by the same parent. As for the humans, they forgot the order imposed by the Maker. They began to war amongst themselves for the first time in history. The XIII focused on recalling their lost deity and returning the world to its former glory. This purpose lies at the heart of all their actions. Calling back the Maker requires a fitting sacrifice.
Yeah, we've heard. The destruction of Cocoon.
The lives of this world's entire populace in bloody tribute.
No. That's crazy talk.
I don't get it. Why do they need us? Couldn't the XIII end Cocoon with just a thought?
Their existence is bound to the creation and maintenance of this floating shell. It is their very nature that holds them in check.
You mean Cocoon XIII can't destroy Cocoon? They needed tools.
If we can stop this by doing nothing... we'll do nothing.
Noble. I expected as much.
You lied to us. What happened to your dream of rebuilding Cocoon for the people? Was it all a lie?
A shadow of a dream. From when I was human. It was change I craved. And once I'd built the influence to make things happen, there was change. I gained all the power I could hope for, but was a puppet with no will to wield it. It wasn't the XIII who changed. It was me.
You were made a l'Cie?
A l'Cie, tied to an inescapable focus, a slave of destiny. I'd lost hope. I'd all but given up on dreams of freedom.
What are you saying?
I'm here of my own accord, not by XIII order. Seeing you fight brought it all back. Brought back that future I once strove for. I, too, will challenge my fate.
What?
Easy, guys.
If I can defeat you here, the XIII plan will fail.
Reigns!
I will use all my remaining power. I will set you free!
Reigns.
Alright, so at the start of battle, go ahead and Libra Reigns. So you'll see that he has 226,800 HP. He's susceptible to slow and plans actions according to target's role. He only has one status immunity, and all of his vulnerabilities are normal. His chain resistance is 90 and his stagger point is 300%. Common drop unknown. So start the battle up with Commando Ravager and Commando. Build stagger gauge. Then switch to Relentless Assault. Start to stagger him. Then back to aggression. And keep switching back and forth. Whenever he starts guarding, switch to assassination. This will stick him with poison. Low.
The Galaxy has no hold over me.
And don't forget to heal with potions to keep everyone's HP up. Once you stick with all of the status ailments, go ahead and start attacking.
My will is my own. My will is my strength. Not yet.
Whenever he gets his wings, you're gonna want to heal with potions immediately.
Let's go!
Switch to combat clinic.
Don't give up! You can do it!
Heal everyone up to full health.
Don't give up! Thanks.
And then switch back to assassination. Now he has no more negative status management. Once you stick them with all those status enhancements again, you can switch back to Relentless Assault. And bring his stagger percentage up to about 600. And you should be able to take him out rather quickly, making him look like nothing. You'll get 6,000 Christian points for winning the battle, the Tetradick crown, and also you'll get Moogle Works, which opens up the 9th shop at the save point. Finally, your Crystarium will be expanded to stage 8.
Ironic, isn't it? The only thing I wanted was a moment of triumph. How it ends isn't important. Just do what you know is right. Trust yourselves.
What? Did he complete his focus?
I don't think so. All Reigns did was try to save Cocoon in his own way. His own way.
What?
Hey!
Where are you? Snow!
I think Reigns was searching for a way to make us understand. To understand the frustration of being a l'Cie. A lassie bound to a focus, and maybe what it meant to be human.
Alright, so after winning the battle, let's take a quick look at the Crystarium. So your characters can now develop further, reaching stage 8. Now if you look further up, as you progress, you'll see that the Crystarium is huge now, and there are lots of stuff to get. You'll also see that the CP cost has tremendously increased, which is why I suggest to grind for CP as much as you can. But most importantly, in each character's main role, you will see that there is a new crystal called ATB level. Now when you get this, what it does is it expands the ATB gauge by 1 unit, allowing each character, once it's learned, to expand their ATB gauge by 1, allowing them to get an extra attack. So for the characters that have summons already and their ATB gauge is level 4, it will increase it to level 5. And for the people who don't have summons yet and their ATB gauge is level 3, it'll increase it to level 4. And then once they learn a summon, it'll be level 5. So this will really help you out in the long run, but it's going to take a while to get that far, considering how much CP it costs to get over there. Alright, so with that taken care of, let's go ahead and expand our characters as far as we can. I'm going to go ahead and develop Lightning under the commando role first, so that she can learn that ATB gauge segment as quick as possible. And that's as far as we can go for now. Now let's work on Vanille. Vanille will learn her ATB segment really early in the medic role. So let's go ahead and get that as fast as possible. And then let's progress her as a Ravager. And that's as far as we can go for now. Now let's work on Fang. Her ATB gauge is under the commando role as well. So let's start progressing her as a commando. She can learn a lot of strength, making her the best commando. That's all we can do for Fang. Now let's work on Hope. His ATB level will increase under the Synergist role. So let's go ahead and work on that. You generally want to start upgrading or progressing through the Crystarium role that each character has wherever you find the ATB segment increase. So the ATB level, wherever you see that in each character's role, that's the one you should progress down first, because each one of their roles are massive and will take a really long time to max out at stage 8. Fortunately for us, there's going to be a very good grinding spot coming up in a few episodes, so I'll let you guys know when. But for now, just head in the direction of the ATB level crystal on the Crystarium board, and it's usually found under their primary roles. Alright, so continuing on, that's all we can do for Hope. Now let's work on Snow. Snow should be found under his Sentinel role. And finally, let's work on Saz. And his ATB gauge will be found under Synergist. So either path you choose, your characters will get significantly stronger. However, it's going to require a lot of CP to max it out, which is why I suggested to save all your CP. Instead of working on your character's secondary roles, you need to max out their primary roles first for the best benefit. And that takes care of that. Now, we did get a new accessory after the battle, and it's really important, so I'm going to go ahead and quickly mention it. The Tetradick Crown casts Protect, Shell, Veil, and Vigilance the first time HP is low, and its passive abilities is Tetra Defense. However, that's not why we're looking at it. So, technically you could do this now, but I'm going to wait just a little bit longer so that I can do it all at once for everybody. But if you disassemble the Tetradick Crown and 3 other random accessories, then you will be able to get something called Hermes Shoes. Whenever you upgrade Hermes Shoes to the max level at a save point, upgrade the accessory, it will turn into something called Sprint Shoes. And what Sprint Shoes does is it automatically casts haste at the start of battle. So that's something extremely important that we're going to talk about later. But for now, don't worry, it's coming up. I know you guys are very eager to get your characters into, turn your characters into super soldiers, but just wait a little bit longer. For now, let's get some different equipment onto Lightning. So let's see here. Let's go ahead and equip the Shaman's Mark and a gold bangle. For Vanille, go ahead and equip the Shaman's Mark. And a titanium bangle. You can go ahead and remove the accessories off Fang, because we're going to be using Saz. We're going to get Saz back in here. Actually, so that means we're going to have to go ahead and equip Lightning. Instead of having her with a Shaman's Mark, put that Brawler's wristband back on her, because we're going to be using her as a commando in place of Fang. And put the Shaman's Mark onto Saz. And a titanium bangle. Alright, now let's switch the battle team back around. And finally, let's get the paradigms the way they were. Alright, so what I would recommend going with for now is Relentless Assault, Commando Ravager, Ravager, Commando Ravager Synergist, and set this as your active paradigm. Commando, Medic, Commando, Commando Saboteur, Commando, Medic, Medic, Commando. Alright, with all that taken care of, let's go ahead and press forward. Now there's lots of stuff that you can technically do right now, such as disassemble the Tetradick crown and disassemble 3 accessories to get the Hermes sandals, and then upgrade Hermes sandals into sprint shoes. But you're going to need a certain upgrade crystal, which is the Petrovisk or something like that. If you don't have it, then you can't upgrade it anyway, so don't worry about it. And secondly, you can upgrade the Whistlewind Scarf to an Aurora Scarf if you have the correct crystal. But we're going to do all that later, so don't worry. It's still too early to do it, so don't worry about it yet. I'm just letting you guys know beforehand. But go ahead and proceed down the path, and you'll find a save point to the left. Now, if you check the shops, we have a new shop, which is the Moogle Works, so go ahead and check that out. Here you can buy the Whistlewind Scarf in the Collector's Catalog. Now, the Whistlewind Scarf, what this does is it will be upgraded to an Aurora Scarf, so we're going to get that very soon. If you haven't already got it, I suggest to at least buy one, because all you really need is one, because we're only going to put that on one character. So if you didn't get it back on the Palamacia airship, go ahead and grab one now. It's only $1,000. And also you can get the Collector's Catalog, which increases the odds of obtaining items after battle. But we're not going to worry about that, because we're going to get one for free here soon. Alright, so that's going to conclude this episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIII. I'll see you guys next time, where we continue through the 5th arc.